Hello, 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 hello. My name is Claire. Welcome back to my channel, Cool Claire ASMR. So, for today's video, I will be showing you my crystal and fossil collection. So, first, I will begin with my crystals, and then my fossils, and then I will show you some jewelry that incorporates both crystals and fossils. But before we do any of that, I invite you to grab a hot beverage with me because today is a kind of gloomy day outside and this is just what the day calls for. So here I have a hot matcha latte with oat milk and vanilla from a local coffee shop. And I'm not really a coffee person, but I do enjoy tea and green tea lattes or matcha lattes. It definitely has a lot of caffeine in it to put a little spring in your step. But of course, if you're trying to sleep, maybe wind down with some chamomile tea. Alrighty. Now that we have that settled, let's begin. So first up, I have this clear quartz crystal, and it's pretty opaque, so it could probably be considered a smoky quartz. I'm not really sure, but I got it from the Field Museum in Chicago in their gift shop, and I'm pretty sure they were classifying it as a clear quartz. And I got this probably in about 2018 when I had first sparked interest in crystal collection from Queen of Serene's Crystals for Beginners video. And ever since watching that video over and over again, I have really been interested in starting my own crystal collection. Of course, like a lot of people, I collected rocks and some fossils as a kid, but never really crystals. And up until recently, I didn't really collect them either because I didn't really know where to get them. Because I was afraid of buying fake crystals online and there was no place really around me to get them. But my dad did find a local crystal shop, and since then we've gone about every month to pick up new beauties for my collection and his collection as well. So this right here really kind of started it all. Another clear quartz, that's a clear quartz for sure, is this one right here. And it is actually part of this cute little figurine I have from a artist that has a shop called Band of Horses, which I will link below. And it is this cute little clay bear or terracotta bear with a little painted cloud on the side, and he's working very hard to carry this clear quartz around for me. Next, I have a couple pieces of amethyst. So first I have this amethyst point that I got around the same time period I got my first clear quartz. And this was actually a gift from my high school ex-boyfriend that he got on vacation in Florida because he knew I was interested in collecting crystals. And of course, purple is my favorite color, so amethyst is extremely gorgeous to me. And they say amethyst is good for insomnia, so hopefully you have some by you to help you sleep. My other piece of amethyst is this nice cluster. And you can see how beautiful it catches the light. And again, it is that nice light purple color. And I love this kind of banding on the side where the rock and the crystals meet. Next up, I have the first crystal I got from my shop that I like to go to, which was this smoky quartz. And it's a very dark smoky quartz, almost black. But it does have some lighter areas here at the bottom you can kind of see. And I really like this one because it has this little area missing where my finger can fit in nicely and hold on to it like that. Next, I have a couple pieces of selenite. And selenite is a very cleansing crystal. Here I have a selenite tower. And the way it reflects the light is really breathtaking. It's like almost, I don't know, like so bright white when it catches the light. It's like a little beam of light in itself. And they say selenite is quite a cleansing crystal that can be used to cleanse other crystals. And cleansing just means that it takes away all the other energies that have come into contact with that crystal to allow you to put your own intention on it or help, the crystal amplify a goal that you might have in mind. And each type of crystal has things that it's better at helping you with. And I'm definitely not an expert in the metaphysical properties of crystals, but I've tried to learn a few things here or there. So there's that. And then I also have this, I guess it could be considered a wand kind of selenite, which I will use to cleanse you. Just like that. And you have to be very careful with selenite. It is a very delicate crystal, and these little bands will just flake off, as you might have seen a couple flaked off just now. So it's definitely best to not handle it very often. Next up, I have kind of an interesting, I guess it's more of a mineral than a crystal. It is bismuth, which has these very geometric clusters to it, and a kind of rainbow sheen that kind of looks like an oil slick a little bit. And these can be grown in labs, pretty sure. Perhaps all of these can, but I think these are pretty commonly grown in labs instead of found out in the wild. So I'm not really sure if this one is man-made or not. But either way, it's a very visually interesting mineral. And I knew what this was from Steven Universe, actually, because of the character. Okay. Next, I have one of my most recent finds, which is this piece of malachite. And the shop specified that it is fibrous malachite. So I guess that just is referring to how it forms. I'm not really sure. But I love the look of this. First of all, the green is a very gorgeous color, but these little circle formations remind me of drips of paint that are not quite blended together. It's like you mix some black and green and white paint all together and it looks like that. Kind of matches my outfit a little bit. Okay. I have a few more left. Actually, I have quite a bit left. So, I recently went to a larger crystal show instead of just a shop, because the city that I live near has a crystal society, and so they were hosting a show, and I only got a couple pieces of jewelry, and I got this as well because it was just so much stuff. It was kind of hard to pick out what I wanted, but I saw a picture of this on their website, and when I found it at the show, I was really excited. It is a Pyrite Cube, or fool's gold, and of course it's just kind of growing out of this rock. And this is so like alien looking to me. It's so beautiful. See, it's just this nice cube. And it's so reflective and interesting. And you can see here that another one was starting to form. So it almost has its like a little beak. And they had it on the stand, so I just left it on. Alright. Next I have this piece of zebra calcite. And I picked this up at my crystal shop. And honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of calcite for whatever reason, but I really, really like the black and white banding of zebra calcite. And of course it has that shiny quality that all calcite has. And honestly, this piece has warmed me up to calcite in general a little bit more, but it's still the only piece that I have. And this top part here is a little more yellow, and the way the light hits it, it almost like lights up. And it's really beautiful in the sunlight, but unfortunately it's a little gloomy out, so you can't really tell. But there's that one. Alright, next I have this piece of ocean jasper, this slab of ocean jasper. And this is actually the one crystal that I have bought online. And I got it from an Etsy shop called Oils and Auras, and again I will link his shop below. But at that large show I was talking about, I was looking specifically for ocean, or it can also be called sea jasper, but they only had tumbled sea jasper, and it kind of, you know, muddles the beautiful banding and part that looks like, you know, a wave in the ocean and these little sandbars. So when I saw this on his shop, I just had to have it. And again, this one kind of matches my color palette today. Alright. I have a couple agate slices here. So I have these two. So this first one I've had for a very long time. Again, I think I just got it in a museum gift shop. And I don't think this one is dyed. It could be though. But it has a kind of blue and yellow tone to it with the crystals in the middle there. And then this one is most definitely dyed pink, but it's still pretty cool. And this is the other thing that my ex-boyfriend brought home from Florida along with that amethyst point. And then this little geode. Again, I've had this forever. I literally have no idea where I got this from. But it's, again, dyed blue. But you can see the nice crystals shining in the light in the center there. And then last but not least for my crystals, I have this very large piece of lapis lazuli. And this was a gift from my uncle when he went to Afghanistan. So I think this is like probably a couple $100 piece of lapis that I have. And I just realized pretty recently how expensive lapis is when I started collecting. But I've had this piece, and it's heavy too. I've had this piece since I was like 10. So yeah, I didn't know it was worth that much, but pretty cool. This really beautiful blue, and it kind of reminds me of like a fancy countertop a little bit. Yeah. And actually the way I have it displayed, I have my little bear sitting on top of this like it's a mountain that he has to carry his little clear quartz on. All right. So that is all my crystals. But again, I have a few fossils to show you. So first up, I have this found fossil that I'm pretty sure was just like in my landscaping rocks with this little fossil in it. And I honestly have no idea what this is, so if you have an idea, feel free to comment below. But it's just cool. It kind of reminds me of like teeth a little bit. But I'm sure it's like some little bug or something. So there's that one. Next is one I got at the crystal shop, a piece of petrified wood. And petrified wood is very interesting because it looks, you know, like a little log, but of course it has turned into stone at this point. But I just think it's so cute. And I do remember the little card they had in the shop said it was good for grounding yourself, grounding your energy. And you can see where the sticker was. Okay. Next, I have this little ammonite, which is like a little sea creature. And this one was actually part of a necklace, but the necklace wasn't very well made, so this actually just kind of fell out of the necklace, but I kept it because I really like the way these look, the little spiral. And I don't know, I just kind of like to have it displayed instead of fixing the necklace. And then this last one is my largest fossil that I've also had for quite a long time. So I believe this is limestone. And our neighbor gave us just several pieces of the limestone without the fossil chiseled out, and my dad chiseled away the little fossil of the fish and gave it to me. So I've had this for a very long time. And this one sounds quite good. There's that little guy. Okay. So last but not least, I have a few jewelry to show you. So the other two things that I got at that crystal show were 2 pairs of earrings. So the first pair is those ammonite again, so little earrings. And these are very well made, so I don't think these will be coming out of their silver wrappings and falling on the floor like the necklace did. And then the other one are these little amber earrings. And amber is like fossilized sap. But you can see that there's like a little plant material trapped in there. And they have these little leaves. So I thought both were very like fall vibes. So those are pretty as well. And then I have a couple necklaces. So I picked up this Hematite Necklace the first time I went to that crystal shop. And it's just a star charm. But it kind of hangs like that. And then I got this. I got this very recently. And I'm not even sure what stone this is. So again, if you know, let me know in the comments because it didn't say and I forgot to ask. But it's this little crescent moon necklace. Wire wrapped necklace. And last but not least, I have this geode with this little man glued into it. And I picked this up from a very like bougie little shop in Denver, Colorado. And yeah, it's just like a cute little novelty necklace utilizing a geode. And I have one last bonus thing to show you that is not a crystal, fossil, or jewelry, but it kind of fits. It is this sand dollar shell that's like a whole one that my dad's co-worker brought back from, I'm not sure where, for me, but when I was a kid, I found like half of a sand dollar, and I was very excited about that. So I was super hyped when they brought back this whole one, but you can see the little and all that. Very interesting. It almost looks like plaster a little bit, and it's very light. Alrighty guys, that is everything I wanted to show you today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Good night.